Namaste. I'm Shen. So nice to have you all here for restorative with me this afternoon again. I'd like you to just come into a comfortable lying position or seated position, wherever you feel most comfortable this afternoon. And I'm going to begin by reading a Radiant Sutra. So the Radiant Sutras are basically a conversation between Shiva and Shakti, the masculine and feminine aspects of the divine. And in these sutras, there are 112 of them. Basically, Shakti, the feminine divinity, is asking Shiva, why are we here? What is this all about, this life? And Shiva responds in these 112 verses. And they are like, each one you could just absorb and chew on and digest for half a lifetime or lifetime. But I've chosen one today. It's number 77. And I'm just going to read it to you. So if you'd like to close your eyes, just take a moment to feel the earth beneath you. Tune into your breath. And just feel a sense of coming home to your center. I like to think about when you're in an aeroplane, and I know none of us are these days, but you know that feeling when you're circling and you haven't quite landed, and then the control tower gives permission to land. That sense of, oh, we're doing it, we're coming in and we're coming back to the earth. I'd like you to give yourself permission to land. The heart of the universe pulses in all hearts. There is one who is the life in all forms. There is one who is joyful in simply existing in all bodies, as all bodies. Explore the life that is the life of your present form. One day you'll discover it is not different from the life of the secret one, and your heart will sing triumphant songs of being at home everywhere. Being at home everywhere. Take a nice deep full breath in through your nose and just sigh it out through the mouth. Inhale, deep full breath through the nose and out through the mouth. One last time, in through the nose, out through the mouth, releasing everything. Just let the breath be very natural now. Observe its rhythm. Observe where in your body you feel the sensation of breath, perhaps in the upper chest, abdomen, belly. Perhaps even in the subtle passage of air in and out of the nostrils on the upper lip. And if you're not lying down, please make your way into lying now. On your back, legs extended. We're going to warm up the spine bit by bit in a really nice fluid way with our breath. Just feel the shoulder blades soften, sink into the mat. You can give the hips a little bit of a wriggle side to side just to release lower back, spine long. And again, a little jiggle through the ankles to release the calves, knees and hips. Take a nice deep breath in here. And as you breathe out, Let your head turn over your right shoulder. So you're just looking to the right. Inhale, bring the gaze back to center. And exhale, turn to look over your left shoulder. So you're just letting the back of the head roll. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Gently side to side. Just continue with your own breath timing to inhale to center. Exhale to the side. Each time, perhaps the neck opens up a little more. And you look a little further with the gaze, with the head to each side. And please use the breath to guide your movement. So the inhale begins as you turn back to center. The exhale begins to lead your head over to the side. Take one more round each side, gently massaging the back of the head on the floor, releasing through the neck and upper shoulders as you turn. Finishing up looking over your left shoulder. And inhale the gaze back to center. Just feel the space, the back of the neck, the head. This time, inhale the arms up to the sky and bring the hands into prayer. Inhale again. As you exhale, let the arms roll out to the right. So your left shoulder will roll off the mat and the hands will come apart. The left hand will come up the right forearm a little bit. Inhale the hands back to center, hands into prayer. And exhale, roll into your left. Just continue with the breath. So you'll feel this lovely massage through the backs of the shoulders. So good to release the space between the shoulder blades. Continue to work with the breath side to side in your own timing. You can close your eyes and just feel the wave-like rhythm of your body and breath moving together. Perhaps a little more space growing between the shoulders as you move. Last time, finishing with the arms to the left. Gently bringing the arms back to center. And then exhale the arms out nice and wide on the floor in a T shape. Inhale and draw the knees to the sky and then hug them in as you exhale. And you can wrap the hands around, just give a little squeeze here. Take the arms back out into the T shape. We're going to bring the twist now into our middle back. So inhale again. As you exhale, let the knees roll out to the right, any amount. Oh, a little chiropractic adjustment, a little crack in my back end. Inhale, knees to center. Exhale, and let the knees twist out any amount to your left. Now, if it feels good in your neck, you might like to take your gaze the opposite way. So let the knees roll out to the right. Turn to look towards the left fingertips. Just keep the left shoulder grounded down. Inhale, center. Exhale over. So just moving with your own timing. Feeling the middle of the spine. Get really spacious. We work down through the neck. The upper shoulders now working into middle of the spine. 2 more rounds, your timing. And gently bring the knees back to center. And give them a little squeeze once more. Just feel the hips square off again. And then wrap your hands around your right knee and extend your left leg long. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, hug that right knee into your chest. So really giving yourself a little hug and a squeeze and massaging into the right side of your lower abdominals. Inhale the breath, gently releases and presses the knee away a little bit. As you exhale, squeeze and hug it in again. Inhale, soft release. Exhale, squeeze it in. And then inhale, gently release. Draw the left foot flat on the floor, left knee bent, and cross the right ankle over the left knee. So you're coming into a relaxed figure four. So if this feels like a nice restful position, you can just stay propped up here, take the arms into a cactus shape. If you'd like to take that outer right hip stretch a little deeper, go ahead and reach through for the left thigh or shin. Figure four, stretch through the outer right hip. Take 3 deep, full breaths. Just coming home. Feeling the mat support you beneath the back of the head. Finding peace in this moment. Deep breath in and out. Good. Last little squeeze in and then release. Right leg grows long. Left knee bends in. Interlace the fingers around the shin. Inhale. Exhale, hug and squeeze it in, massaging the lower abdominals on the left hand side. Inhale, gentle release. Exhale, hug it in. You're stretching out the hip flexor on the extended right leg as well. Inhale, gentle release. Exhale, squeeze it in. So nice. And gently release. Bend the right knee, plant the right foot flat on the mat. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. And again, you can take the arms into a cactus shape, just enjoying a very subtle and passive hip opening here. Or to deepen, go ahead and come into figure four, reaching through for thigh or shin of the right leg. If you're doing the full figure four, just try and relax the shoulders into the earth. Let the weight of the hands and gravity bring a little length into that outer left hip. So delicious to release these outer hips that get tight from lots of sitting. Staying here, another long breath. And gently release. Hug both knees in one more time. Little gentle rock forward, back, side to side. And then hug both knees into the chest. On your next exhale, so massaging both sides of lower abdomen. Inhale, gently release. Space for the lungs to fill. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, gentle release. And one more time. Exhale and give yourself a really deep hug. And release. Cup the hands over the knees. And we're going to draw some lovely circles with the sacrum here. So we're moving all the way down into the tail. Drawing big circles, super slow. The entire spine has been lengthened, activated, released. Last big circle. And gently reverse the direction. So draw big circles the opposite way. We're tuning into the parts of that lower back, sacrum and tailbone area as they contact the floor beneath you. Great. And bring the knees to center. Place the hands on the backs of the thighs and curl yourself up into a nice tight ball, nose to knees here. Feel the spine round. And then very gently, see if you can rock or support yourself up to sitting. So we're going to take both feet out to the right. I'm mirroring you. So you can either have the left foot in front of you, or you can hook the left toes over the right ankle. So I'm not sure if you can see here how I've got my toes crossed over my right ankle. And take a nice side stretch. Just take a moment to tent your fingertips. Feel the spine lengthen. And then keep your right fingertips down on the floor. Inhale the left arm up. And overhead, you can put a little soft bend into that right elbow, any amount. So you're getting a lovely long stretch all the way up from that right hip bone, up the right side body. Sorry, left side body, through the left fingertips, overhead. And you can bring a little external rotation into that stretch by turning the palm so the pinky side of the hand faces the floor, palm faces out behind you. Even as you extend through fingertips, see if you can soften the shoulder back down so that the shoulder blades flattens on your back and you get a little bit more space around the ear. Take a nice deep long breath in. And stay. Maybe release that right ear towards the right shoulder a little more. Feel a layer of tension release through the left side of your neck. And gently inhale, rise up. You can even cradle your head back to center. Good. I can feel that last work meeting melt away from the side of your neck there. And then swap sides. And once again, you can take the foot in front if that's more comfortable. Or see if you can take a little bind with the right toes over the left ankle. Tent the fingertips. Grow long through lower back, crown of head. And use your next inhale to gently lift that right arm up. Stretch it overhead. Soften through the left elbow. Lengthen and soften through the side neck. And again, external rotation of the hand is possible. Soften the shoulder down the back so you get more space around the ear. You might even enjoy taking your gaze down to the floor a little and back up. Just helps you to notice if you're storing any tension through the neck. And then just find a comfortable center. One more breath in. And a nice exhale to release, cradling your own head back to center. Just take the feet into cross-legged and inhale both shoulders up to the ears. And exhale, let them go. 2 more like that. Inhale. And let it go. 1 more time. Inhale. And release. Coming to all fours. And just take 1 or 2 rounds of cat-cow to feel that spine that we've worked on softening in a lateral way, now moving front and back. So with the inhale, just a very gentle cow, letting the belly soften down, the gaze lift up. As you exhale, press into the palms, round the back. And just 1 more, very gentle cow and cat. And I invite you to rock or sway, whatever you need to get a little bit of a release through the spine here. The next posture we'll take will be a little bit of a gentle supported back bend. So good to feel very loose in the spine and relaxed. And then please come down onto your front, onto the floor, and bring your forearms more or less parallel to each other. So it's okay. You might find that the forearms splay out a little bit, and everybody's shoulder girdle and alignment is a little different. So just feel that you have a nice base on the floor. But you do want your shoulders to be stacked over your elbows. We're just going to stay here in a gentle Sphinx pose. So it's a nice upper back opening. I'm going to offer a variation. So for those of you who do have a bolster or a cushion, a supportive variation is to use that under your rib cage. So you're really hardly holding your upper body up at all. The elbows still come back beneath the shoulders. Forearms still flat on the floor. But it's a little bit more supported and restful. Whichever variation you're in, see if you can wobble your buttocks side to side a little bit and feel the sacrum tailbone release. So you're not coming into this back bend from the lower back at all. It really is an heart opening, upper body opening, back bend. Inhale, and just lightly take your gaze up to the ceiling, any amount. So pointing with your nose up. And exhale, allow the chin to come down towards the chest. Inhale, gentle arc up. Exhale, chin to chest. One more time, inhale. This time, as you bring the head down, just pause wherever feels most comfortable for you. So you might like to have the gaze straight ahead, or you might like to release the chin all the way down and let the back of the neck grow long. Just going to stay here for a minute. So choose a nice comfortable position that feels really good in your body. An asana, a position, a shape where you can land, feel supported and feel at home. And just take one more deep, full breath in where you are. And a nice long exhale, calming the system, calming the body. Out breath longer than the in breath. If you're up on a bolster or cushion, just gently bring the hands back onto it. If you're on the floor, bring the hands back beneath the shoulders. Press down and lift the hips up and back now into a nice child's pose, counter pose. If you have a cushion or bolster, keep your hands there. It'll give you a little extra shoulder opener as you soften the body down to the floor, forehead down. Just enjoying the back neutralizing in a child's pose. If you don't have a bolster, then you're just taking child's pose. Your knees can be as wide as feels comfortable, big toes touch. Reach the hands forward and soften the body down. If your forehead doesn't comfortably reach the floor, you can stack two fists, one on top of the other, for your forehead to rest. So nothing is hovering off the floor. Everything is supported. Feel the breath expand across your back. Enjoy the expansion of the rib cage out to the left and right with the inhale. And the softening of the belly and chest down towards the floor with the exhale. Feel the hips soften towards the heels a little more. Your arms might still be extended if they're getting a little bit tired on the bolster or cushion. Feel free to roll that away and come all the way down to your mat. You might also like to change the variation of the arms, getting a little different shoulder opener by taking the hands into prayer behind the head. So you're resting on your elbows and flaring the armpits down towards the floor just a little, so you're stretching out the triceps. We'll stay here one more minute. Just letting your awareness go within, and go within. Traveling to a place of deep peace. Just letting your senses soften. Your eyes closed. Your ears relaxed. Breath quiet. Jaw and tongue soft. Take a deep, full breath in through your nose. Inside out through the mouth. If your arms aren't already out in front of you, gently extend them out. With your next inhale, slowly press into the hands and lift yourself back to all fours. Invitation once again to rock a little bit, sway a little bit side to side, opening out the spine or releasing whatever there is in your body that you need to release right now. So we're going to come into a pigeon variation here. So I'd like you to bring your right knee and bend it to the outside of the right wrist, so really quite wide. I'll do it this way so you can see. So the knee is going to be wider than where the right wrist is. Let the foot come back towards the groin, any amount, or if you want to get a little bit deeper through the outer hip, you can bring the foot a bit more, the calf a bit more parallel with the top of the mat. Again, if you have a prop, you might like to put a blanket or block under that right hip for support. Now, the variation I'd like to offer is to either keep the back leg nice and straight in a regular pigeon, or you can bend that back knee so you get a little bit of a half frog with the back leg and a pigeon with the front leg, a little animal menagerie. Take a nice long breath as you open here and use the exhale to relax all the way down to the floor, onto your stacked fists or palms, or maybe you can reach out and let the forehead just soften down to the mat. So you can take the hips a little bit more center so you get the hip opening through the left hip if you've got your knee bent as well. If you're in regular pigeon, taking the weight center will help open out through the outer right hip a little more. Now we're going to stay here for 2 or 3 minutes. Just making sure that you're very comfortable. If you need to adjust or move at any time during the posture, please do that. So once again, with the front body close to the earth and in contact with the earth and with the body, just activates our parasympathetic nervous system, the part of our nervous system which helps us to rest and digest. It's very nourishing. Take this time. Permission to land. Just 1 more minute here. Beauty of the long held poses is you really allow the body to surrender. You can really journey deeper and deeper. There is one who is joyful in simply existing in all bodies, as all bodies. Deep full breath in. Long, deep full breath out. And slowly walk the hands back towards you. If the back knee is bent, or if it's straight, just bend it a little bit more, and then we're going to come to sitting cross-legged. And gently release both sides with a little rock. And then we leave the left leg more or less where it is, and sweep the right leg back behind you. So coming into Pigeon Pose on the second side. So bring that left knee out nice and wide. Let the left ankle come any amount towards the groin. Right leg extends back for full pigeon, or you can once again take the Bada Kanasana variation, bending that left knee out to the side. Again, if you have a prop, I can show you more easily on this side. You might like to slip it under the left hip for support. Take a long breath as you extend. And when you're ready, soften down, letting the belly soft to the ground. Please rest your forehead on something, so if it doesn't reach the floor, we've got these beautiful hands to help you here. 2 stacked fists or stacked palms, or just go ahead and grab a cushion or pillow for your forehead. Grow long, grow soft. So remembering that this practice is for you. So if you don't feel comfortable in the variation that you've chosen, then you can change and take a different one. Existing with and as the breath. Another half a minute. You can use it to take 3 deep, full breaths. Each inhale, allowing a little expansion. And each exhale, softening you deeper into the asana, into the posture. Next, inhale, start to walk the hands back towards the body. And sweep that right leg back in front, coming into the cross-legged position again. And just rocking and releasing any amount. Little circles. So we're going to take a little inversion next. And I'm going to give you a few different options depending on what props you have at home. So the first one would be, if you have a block or a cushion, we're going to take a supported bridge pose. It'll look like this. You'll lie down on the back, press into the feet, and lift the hips up so that you can slide this block beneath the sacrum. And once you're here, the hips and the legs slightly higher than the heart and the head, hands can come into a cactus shape for support. And you can either just stay right here, or if it feels okay, you can even lift the legs up to the sky, taking them down if you need to. So you can do the same thing on a cushion or bolster. So instead of the block, you slide the bolster under the sacrum. Once again, pressing to the feet, lift the hips, slide bolster or cushion under the hips. So it won't be as high, won't be as firm, but it will be as nourishing. And again, the inversion can be with bent knees, straight legs, either way works. Now, if you don't have either of those options, you can also just take your legs up onto a couch or a seat or even the wall. So if you do have those props handy, please make your way into one of those positions. Otherwise, I will demonstrate one more option. If you're near a wall, Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. So you're sitting sideways to the wall, swing your legs up. And once again, arms come into a nice cactus shape. And you have this lovely support, letting the legs be higher than the heart. If you're on a couch, maybe the legs are at 90 degrees and your calves are lying, resting on the seat of your couch or sofa. And we'll spend 3 minutes here, allowing the body to be inverted, supported. If you're not against a wall and you have your legs extended to the sky, it should feel as if they're weightless. The block beneath your sacrum or the cushion beneath your sacrum travels straight up from the floor, up through the legs, and supports the bones, the structure of your skeleton in such a way that it feels that there's nothing, there's no weight there. As if you were just floating on the ocean. Can you relax your shoulders? Can you soften your jaw? Maybe you'd like to give your fingers a little wriggle and check there's no tension in your hands. And a little swish of the tongue in the mouth, just letting the tongue be soft inside the mouth. So when our fingers and tongue are relaxed, it's very difficult for any other part of the body to hold tension. It's a good little trick, just releasing fingers and tongue. Signify to the rest of the body to follow suit. Last half minute. Deep, full breath in. Long breath out. And if the legs are extended up the wall or above the hips, gently bring them down to the floor or hug the knees into the chest if you're against the wall. If you're against the wall, just gently turn back to the side and just lie on your side for a moment. If you're on a block or cushion, press into the feet, gently lift the hips up, slide the prop out, and curl the spine slowly back down to the floor. If you've been at the wall, gently make your way back to your mat. Everybody take your feet as wide as the mat. Let the knees fall together. And we counterpose with a constructive rest, crossing the arms over the chest, reaching for opposite shoulder blades. And letting the sacrum now spread. The back, the hip bones, those sacral iliac crests are spreading apart. Just feel the rising and falling of the arms with the breath. Heaviness of the head on the floor beneath you. And gently cross the arms over the other way. Some nice space between the shoulder blades. Space across the back of the hips. And one last pose before Shavasana. Inhale the arms out wide either side of you in a nice T shape. And then take the soles of the feet together in Bada Kanasana. So we're in Sutra Bada Kanasana, recline cobra pose. If you have a block or bolster, I'm going to offer another variation just to expand that heart space a little bit more. So if you have the bolster, it comes behind the ribs, shoulders come down to the floor above the bolster, and you have this beautiful expansive opening of the heart. The chin comes to the chest a little, so you're almost in Jaladhara Bandha. And the arms once again spread out wide. The same effect can be had with different props. So If you found a nice restful place, please stay while I demonstrate some options. If you have a blanket, you can roll it up into a sausage. And same, place it horizontal on the mat beneath the rib cage, behind, just below the heart space, so that your shoulders can come down to the floor. Let the knees soften out wide, hips open. The third variation is with a block. It is more dynamic. Placing the block in that space. You might need a second prop beneath your head for this one. Block in that same space. Breathing your heart open. That is quite strong, that one. So just sticking with cushion, bolster, or nothing. Just letting your heart be open on the floor. And if you enjoy visualization, I had some feedback that last week you enjoyed the colour visualization of the heart space opening, the solar plexus region, that chakra, Manipura chakra, which is the seat of our sense of self and also our immunity. It's yellow, so you can visualize a golden yellow light in that solar plexus space. And just see it expand out from this space, all directions. So towards the hair, towards the toes, out the sides, and then out the front and back of your body. Allowing that yellow light to saturate every cell, bringing health, a sense of self-worth, self-care, really radiant, happy sense of love. All parts of your being. One last minute here. Feeling 3 breaths expand through the body, inhaling, exhaling. Allow them to be really soft breaths, so not too forceful, just inhaling. And letting go, exhale. And the final breath. And coming into Shavasana. If you have the bolster beneath your heart. You might even like to slide it down, so if it's a blanket or a bolster, you can just lift the hips up and push it down to the space beneath the knees, which can be a very supportive position for Shavasana. Really let the body melt into the floor. If you have an eye pillow, if it's cold where you are and you wish to lay a blanket over you, just make yourself comfortable. Just take a mental scan from toes to crown. Please breathe into any places where you still feel some tension. And let that tension melt and drift away with your exhale. The heart of the universe pulses in all hearts. There is one who is the life in all forms. There is one who is joyful in simply existing in all bodies as all bodies. Explore the life that is the life of your present form. One day you will discover it is not different from the life of the secret one. And your heart will sing triumphant songs of being at home everywhere. Your heart will sing triumphant songs of being at home everywhere. If you're listening to this recording at home, please feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you like. Only when you're ready, you can begin to deepen your breath. Start to feel the life in your fingers and toes. Inhale as you stretch out overhead. And hug your knees into your chest, give them a squeeze. Gently roll out to your right side and take your time to transition back up to sitting. Gently bring hands to prayer at the heart center. Raise your hands to your forehead and raise them above you. And bow down to the earth. Namaste. Thank you so much. Namaste.